Well, greetings and salutations, Series 7 test takers. This is the Series 7 guru. I'm coming to you from my studio here in Las Vegas with an explication request. Municipal underwriting is very testable on the Series 7, and that's what this question is about. So remember, the best free supplement to your paid study materials is my YouTube channel. If you're looking for a paid supplement, I highly recommend the Kaplan Q Bank with my 15% discount code at checkout. I think it comes in at like $55 and some odd cents. Highly recommend it. For that commercial, Kaplan allows me to give you a free look on Kaplan content like this. All right, let's go over this question request. The Jefferson County Waterworks revenue bond. I don't know what the question is going to be about, but one thing I would recommend to you as a test taker is take a sheet of paper, fold it in half, and on one side write all the terms associated with geo bonds. On the other side, all the terms associated with geo bonds, because a lot of the test is distinguishing between the two. The is being underwritten by a syndicate led by ABC Securities. So ABC Securities is the managing underwriter. They're first among equals. It doesn't matter who sells the bonds. ABC Securities is getting the management fee. It's very testable to know the individual components of a spread. In munis, there are three components of the spread, individual components. The bond has serial maturities going up to 25 years with balloon at 30. The coupons range from 3.2 to 4.1, and all the bonds are offered at par. The terms of the syndicate agreement. So, the syndicate syndicate agreements governs the relationships amongst syndicate members. Call for a total takedown of 3/4. The total takedown is not an individual component of the spread. So again, RTFQ, read the full question. There's a distinction between asking you the largest individual component of the spread, selling concession, and the largest component, what is the total takedown. Now, as the syndicate member here, you have to decide how many bonds you want to sell yourselves and how many bonds perhaps you want to give to a selling group, assuming you choose to form a selling group, right? Anyways, it says the syndicate member who sells 500 of the bonds will earn. So there's nothing in this question that the syndicate member has actually created a selling group. All right, so here's our spread. And I said there are three individual components of the spread. They're giving us they're giving us two of the three components. They're not giving us the entire spread because they don't tell us what the management fee is. But they do tell us the total takedown is 3/4. As I said, the total takedown is not an individual component of the spread. And that's what this is testing on. Do you know that the total takedown consists of the selling concession and the additional takedown? Right? So they're hoping to trip you up with that half a point. That half a point is included in the total takedown of 3/4. So again, this syndicate member could have given the bonds. Maybe they did. We don't know. Maybe they gave some bonds to their selling group. But this question says they sold 500 bonds. Now, the other thing you got to be able to do is turn this into money to answer the question. And the way you do that is you take your calculator, you take 1 divided by 2 times 10, a half a point of $10, right? Half of $10 is 5. You take 1 divide by 4. And when you take 1 divided by 4 times 10, you get 250. So we have to be able to figure out what that is as a dollar amount. So we get that, $750, $5, $250. Again, I'm getting the 250 by just separating out the selling concession. But this syndicate member, they didn't give us the management fee, but they did tell us that the syndicate member sold 500 bonds. And again, the total takedown is that largest component. It's not the individual component. So be prepared for a question about the smallest individual component of a spread, the management fee. The largest individual component is the selling concession. The total takedown, again, is not an individual component. So now we're prepared to answer the question. We got to figure out what the participants are. Very testable. The manager is first among equals, is a member of the syndicate. The only one who can capture every component of the spread is indeed the manager. Syndicate members who are taking down bonds, we don't know what they're taking down bonds at because we don't know what the management fee is. And then members of the selling group, and there's no question here or no reference to any selling group members. So now we are ready to solve the question. If we make 750 times 500 bonds, test question, test answer, our firm's going to make 3,750. That is the answer to the question. Now, I would be prepared. A question that shows up on the test is very similar along these lines, where your firm is a member of the selling group. And selling group members are not liable for unsold securities. So I would be prepared for a question like this, where they say your firm is a member of the selling group and sells 50,000 bonds. Again, very similar compensation question. And if you're a member of the selling group and you sell 50 of these bonds, well, let's make it a little more interesting. We sell 100 of the bonds, 100 times $5. You would tell me the compensation would be $500, or if it's, 1,000 bonds, 5,000 bonds. So be prepared for a compensation question about the selling concession. All these components are testable. I will link, I have a video on underwriting muni bonds, and I will link in the video description and a pinned comment to that lecture. No surprise, I highly recommend it because it's very testable. Remember, inch by inch, your Series 7 is a cinch. Yard by yard, your Series 7 is hard, and I'll see you for the next explication request.